And these people want to work, they want to have a purpose, and they're not able to find it without the right accommodations.
Kody is obviously an incredible ambassador for people with schizophrenia, but he's also got first-hand experience of how businesses can get it wrong when trying to make reasonable adjustments for someone like him in the workplace. So Leanne asked Kody for advice for leaders and HR professionals on what they should be doing to provide more support. Oh, and if you think this is going to be difficult or expensive, Kody has a message just for you.
And for business owners who are listening, what are some of the accommodations that can be made for somebody with schizophrenia or another mental illness that does support them in the workplace?
I mean, so and I talk about this. I talk about this a lot now with all the projects I'm doing. But the difficult thing about accommodations is it's really going to depend on your mental illness, what symptoms you have, and then also what the workplace is. I know now, looking back, that some of my earlier jobs in production and manufacturing, they wouldn't have been able to offer me as many accommodations as like an office job, because the work I was doing was more dangerous. It was work I really shouldn't have been doing with the level of recovery, or the status of my recovery. I wasn't in a really stable place that I should have been doing that type of work. Once I got into jobs that I was better medicated, and I was able to be a little more high functioning, I was able to communicate better, I started realizing that most of the accommodations I needed were either just the ability to, for example, when I was in sales, the ability to leave the floor if I recognize that I might be having symptoms, or if I need to reality check my symptoms, stuff like that. And that doesn't even mean leave for the day or go home. There were times where it was severe enough I needed to, but it was more just being able to step away. And everyone that I worked with understood. And being in sales was one of my last jobs. And it helped me realize that, people around me were willing to accommodate me. They would say, "Hey, Kody," a lot of the times my coworkers would recognize that I was having symptoms before I would, because I can't always tell until it's gone on for a long time and I start recognizing some of those things. But it can take me a long time to recognize symptoms, whereas my coworkers would know that, hey, if Kody starts getting more quiet, if he starts having any sort of basically, like, I would start looking around in all different directions.